Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning, guys. All right, guys. I want to go ahead and jump right into things. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is June 7th. Hopefully, you guys all had a fantastic evening. It was quite the evening overnight. BTC obviously got crushed, down almost $2,000. Yeah, almost $2,000 from yesterday, down 5%. Definitely not the move I thought that was coming, guys. I thought we were set up for 32.5 at least, and likely into 33. But obviously, Bitcoin obviously kind of rejected that spot at 31.7 last night, and as the new day opened, we saw a pretty nasty candle form. So going into today, it has already been an eventful morning. TGT came out and said that they need to adjust their guidance on margins. That is not good. It is currently testing its previous low of that 148 area, and we are set up now to probably test 143 and under. So I'm going to go over pretty much my top watches off of this. First thing I want to do is address the overall market, which is going to be SPY and QQQ. So SPY, we are at the bottom of this hourly range right now, guys. This is pretty clear. If I zoom out a little bit, I'm sure you can see. But this is our range, right? We've been stuck in this range for 5 trading days now, almost 6, right? And it's been 406.76 to 417, right? We briefly broke out of that 417 range, and we saw a big move down off of it, right? So what do we want to pay attention to? Okay, at open, are we going to hold 406.76 and bounce, or are we going to see that, larger scale downside move, right? If we were to hold 406.76, more than likely we're going to make a move back up to 410. If we cannot hold 406.76, more than likely, in my opinion, we will see a move below 406 and likely find that 400 level pretty quickly, guys. So I'm definitely going to be watching SPY at the open. Probably, my main watch, probably next to Walmart. The reason being here on SPY is because if Target, Walmart, etc. lead some of these major indices lower, right, that's when we're going to see that larger downside move. A breakout of this range, right, there's been a lot of consolidation for a short time frame, so there's going to be some nice opportunities here one way or the other. No, it's not going to be nice for my Mara overnight and my coin overnights. If we break out of that range, no, it's not, right? So I'll probably cut Mara unless we bounce at 406.76. I will probably cut coin as well, just because I don't want to be taking a larger scale loss on a swing, right? Like right now it's green. I'd like to keep it at least close to that. And so for me, guys, the biggest thing with this range break on SPYs, this is going to create some nice opportunities. So the most important thing is zero bias and really letting the levels dictate. Now, I will say this, yields are down. Something like this Target news, it's not going to be favorable for more interest rate hikes, right? It's not like this is signaling that, hey, there's some weakness out there, right? And that's what Powell wants. So we really need to watch that 406.76 level headed into open. This is very similar to yesterday, but it's inversed, right? Yesterday, we were ramping up into the open. We touched that resistance at 416.7, and then we rejected off, right? Now, there is a lot more weakness out there today, so I'm not saying we're just going to absolutely bounce because yields are down. I'm just saying that you have to watch. We're coming into support. A lot of things are at support. We need to be cautious, right? Okay, so SPY is number 1. QQQ, same exact story. QQQ is actually breaking this range right now. We'll see if that holds into the open, but 303.80 is the spot to watch. If we break down under that, that's going to obviously lead us lower, probably into this 297 range. If we break higher, obviously, if we bounce off that 303.80 level, then we're going to see probably a move back up into that 309, 310 area, right? So that's the key area to watch. Can we hold 303.80 or not? If not, like I said, more than likely we come down, visit this next key level right here at 299, and then likely at 300 psych level. And then below that, we'll see that 297 support come into play. So as I mentioned with TGT, they're down 7.5% pre-market. My biggest watch here is not going to be TGT. because you guys know it's not my style is to be on the highest risk reward play. For me, I really want to focus on, okay, where's my risk best optimized, and I believe that would be in Walmart personally. Only down 2.9% pre-market, breaking under the key level of 123.5. Ideally, I would love some type of retest of this 122.56 area and then below, right? Because this can see 117, so I'm definitely going to be watching the 120 puts today. Probably first 45 minutes, I'm going to let that first candle form, but I'm definitely going to be watching, especially if we see strong sell volume below 145 on TGT. Definitely going to be looking towards Walmart as the sympathy play. They also reported pretty shitty earnings. I think that with Costco, at least their earnings have kind of maintained. So I know that Costco was last time the major sympathy. This time, I think it's a good chance that WMT is the sympathy play off of TGT if we see another bigger downside move, right? But again, guys, remember, we are coming into support in the S&P, and that's something to remember. However, I don't see a ton of support here on Walmart unless we hold this 121.43 level. And that is a pretty weak support in and of itself, right? In this 121 area. Under 121, we should see 117, 118 pretty quickly. So that is the level that I am watching, especially in WMT, guys. Let's look at the daily chart here. And I'll zoom out a little bit for you. So as you can see, we definitely have, kind of like some pretty serious downside pressure, in my opinion, here on this chart as it is. Now, again, we moved very smoothly through this zone of 123 to 121.3, right? So the only support level that I see there is going to be that 121.5 level as mentioned. So, again, under 121.50, I really like the puts to the downside into that 120 area. So that's going to be probably my primary watch, and I'm not going to be super heavy in this, but I'll probably take a smaller position in it. So high confidence setup, just smaller size for me here on Walmart. Sorry, I had to blow my nose really quickly. Got allergies every morning. I sneeze. Happens. Okay, so other names that I do want to pay attention to. NVIDIA challenge starts today. Okay, let me give you guys a quick rundown on this. I'm probably going to try to make this trade between the 10:30 and 10:45 hour time frame, 10 to 10:45. I will be on voice. I will say exactly what I'm looking at, exactly what I'm going to tweet what I'm looking at also. And then I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to enter, NVIDIA 180 puts at $2, right? I'm going to be looking for confirmation below that level that we talked about, right? Which was at that 185.03 level, right? If we look at the hourly, the way that I map out key levels, on stocks I trade a lot is that 185.03 area, right? I'm going to turn extended hours off for right now. Pretty clear range right here, right? If we continue to reject 185.3, right, then we will likely see that downside move to 180, right? There's been a lot of support in the 181 to 180 level. So I don't know if we're going to get a massive move like this right before CPI, but this could see 176 if it breaks under 180. But for me, on the NVIDIA challenge, I'm going to be targeting small gains. And I'm talking about like 20%, I'm out, right? Like very just consistent small gains. I'm not looking for home runs here. I'm almost looking for the opposite, right? I mean, obviously, I'm not going to take, something crazy happens. But what I'm saying is my goal here is just small targets, right? So if I go take NVIDIA puts here at 185, yeah, I'm going to be looking for a move down to 181, and really I'll probably be out by the time we're testing 182 just because there are signs of support at 182. For me, I want to be compounding as much as possible, taking small gains. It's the summer, right? So for me, that's what this account is going to be about. If you did not catch it already, it is 1 trade per day maximum. So if I say I took that trade, it failed for some reason, and, I take a 20% loss, that's it, right? I'm going to be using 15% of the account. So even a 20% loss would only be like 60, 70 bucks at max, right? And so really, guys, what I'm going to be looking for is just those consistent gains on NVIDIA on a day-by-day basis, really looking to compound. And then, like I said, the big thing is it's 1 trade a day, max percentage stop loss, so no stop loss via levels. I'm going to try to, take the trade so that it's lined up with my keys. But the biggest thing is I'm not going to, let it work if the 15-minute candle is still closing. It's 25% stop loss max. There's no adjusting based upon, candle close or level, right? The reason is because with a smaller account like that, a really small account, you have to be super picky and just, the loss has to be cut earlier than normal, in my opinion. That's what's worked for me. So that's how I'm doing it. Pretty simple, guys. Nothing too crazy, but using a Webull Cash account, $2,500 in there. I think this is a fantastic setup for the summer because it's that kind of market. It's 1-2 trades a day and be done. So first few minutes, guys, I am going to be watching WMT and SPY, and then we will kind of work into NVIDIA once we have trend established around 10 a.m., right? So that's my plan on NVIDIA and the others. So that is pretty much my major watch list for today. KR, I will mention, guys, definitely one I'm watching for downside into CPI. Also, the defensive names look really ready to kind of shit the bed here. Excuse my French. But I might grab some lotto size puts here and hold them into CPI because this one is ready to fade for sure. But nothing that is super pressing. But I don't love the premiums here, so I would trade Walmart over this. But I'm gonna probably grab the 49.5 or 50 puts and see if they get a nice move, just small. And then last name would be AbbVie. Did close key under the 147 area, under 145. This one can fade down to 142 and then 140. Bigger range break would be under that 141.5 area and into 140 if on the daily, right? This one looks ready to see a pretty serious move to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised to see this 137, 135 level come into play, this week or next, right? So those are going to be 2 areas that I am watching. Obviously, the defensive names are going to be one. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on the Discord voice. Again, TGT, Walmart, SPY, top 3 watches at open. I will probably exit Mara and Coin if that range breaks to the downside on SPY. If not, then I will stay in them for the time being. And again, we will be working into the NVIDIA challenge around 10 a.m. on Discord voice, and I will be tweeting my journaled entry and exit for your educational purposes. Have a fantastic day, guys. Very excited to hang out with you guys on voice and make some moves. Should be an exciting day. I'll see you guys on voice in about 2 minutes. Peace.